Hi, this is Deborah Dachinger, Dare to Dream Radio Show, and thank you so much for joining us this week. We want to let you know some of the ways that you can reach us. First, go to Facebook fan page. Just type in Dare to Dream, Dare T-O Dream, Radio and TV, and join our fan page. We're so grateful that every week the numbers are climbing. Thank you for joining us. Also, we're on youpublish.com, where we won the Intriguing Creator Award. We are on iTunes, we're on Podcast Blaster, Podcast Alley, RSS feeds, Dig, Stumble. We're everywhere, darling. We really are. So, we're going to do yet another inspiring interview very soon with a guest who's here, and we're excited to get into that. But before that, we do have our opening. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about moving forward, making those dreams come true for all of us. I've been working out with a physical trainer on a weekly basis. That's something, every year I create a new list of things I want to accomplish that year that are meaningful to me, heart things that are important. And one of the things I wrote is that I wanted to work out with a physical trainer. So Dave Frederick is my physical trainer, and once a week we get together. I did my last workout with him. They are unbelievable people. I mean, they're very serious. I am dripping. I am pushing past physical and mental limitations. And when I'm done, I feel so proud of myself. Well, this past week, we went to get on a machine. I had finished one thing and I was going to do the pull-ups, and somebody was on the machine. And they were not gracious enough to say, would you like to work in? So we were waiting for them, but I was so happy because while they didn't invite us to work in with them, I got to rest, because his workouts, you just keep going. There's circuits, intervals, burpees, the whole thing. So I was so grateful I got to rest. And Dave, my trainer, said to me, now do you see how you feel, how rested you are because you got to rest in between? Yes. And he said, now complete, and I did my push-ups and my pull-ups, and he said, do you see how much better you were because you had rested? I said, yes. He said, well, here's the deal. Struggle creates results. Really? So he's talking about my body, and because I, in most of my exercises, use my own weight for resistance. So he said, when you come up against things that are obstacles, just remember that struggle creates results. You break through to the other side, and it becomes better, different, positively changed. And I went, there's the opening to my show. That is so true in life. I am not a proponent for anyone living their life in struggle or chaos, so please do not hear that. But do hear that along the path of life, things happen for all of us now and then that are obstacles or unexpected, things we have to deal with. And they're all magnificent learning lessons. They're all pieces of a struggle that if we choose to go through it the right way, the honest way, with integrity, with heart, to feel our feelings, all of that, that when we get through with our strength and our courage meaning in spite of fear, that on the other side will be positively changed. Remember that. Also, a couple of weeks ago I had Victoria Bullis, the renowned psychic, on this show, and in the very beginning she and I got into a discussion about manifesting and bending time in order to manifest. Ever since she and I have had that discussion, it's been happening to me all over the place. I have had people I've thought of, and an hour later they'll be on the phone or an email contacting me. In addition, last week I did something on the book The Magician's Way, Finding Your Treasure, written by William Whitecloud. Amazing book, very special. I think it was channeled, really. And there was so much in there of import. And on the show last week I said, who is this guy? I want to meet him. Less than 2 days later, he and I were writing to each other. That's the power of manifesting. And so I want to read a little more from William Whitecloud's beautiful book, The Magician's Way. Go to Amazon, and you can probably get it a lot of places. It's gotten stunning reviews. Worth it. He wrote, I ate nuts, so I feel like I have little nuts coming up while I speak, so forgive me. William Whitecloud wrote, will is the mechanism by which we keep in touch with our heart, with our spirit. We don't think we have a choice in life. We don't consider that there's something beyond what we think and feel. We don't want to open up to hear our heart for fear that it's saying it's going to contradict our mind, make us take the scary way. True limitation isn't a lack of money or having small ambitions. True limitation is the illusion that we lack options, that we lack choice. You're acting like you don't have a choice. You do. You just don't want to see that choice. But that's what will is. Allowing yourself to see what choice your heart is giving you and then actually going with that choice. So for all of us, we know our path, we know our passions, and it's so important to take the scary way. I don't know why it's been built into my life or person, but every time pretty much it's the right thing for me to do, I throw all sorts of monsters of fear up for myself. You can't do that because this is going to happen, this is going to happen, all sorts of stuff that frankly never happens, and not only never happens, but also the end result is phenomenal, magnificent. I have to say, my monsters of fear are untrue, they're false. And when I go and follow my path, it's actually brilliant and beautiful. So remember that. William Whitecloud also wrote, "A brilliant emotion filled me with light, leaving no room for anything other than the certainty that this was what I had been born to do. For the first time in my life, I understood the meaning and words of passion and inspiration. That some things you just had to do because your heart demanded it, rather than because your circumstances dictated it. Whatever you're creating, all you have to concentrate on is the end result, and then just do your best from there." So remember that, Dare to Dream listeners. Just decide what your end result is. What do you want to create? What do you want to experience? What's your dream? What's your goal? And then take the action steps to put yourself there. That's what it's about. And I'm going to close with this. I've been asked to be interviewed by someone who does a blog show. And I looked over her questions, and something brought something up in my heart, and I want to share it with you. 2012, we hear a lot about it. There was a movie about it. And some people say, well, the Mayan calendar ends December 2012. The Egyptian calendar ends 2012. Oh, it's the end of the world. Then some other metaphysicians say, no, it's not the end of the world. It's just the end of life as we know it. But there will be a whole new beginning, a whole new paradigm, a whole new way of doing things. Well, whether you believe this camp or that camp or something altogether different or think it's all bunk, here's the message. Live as though there really is going to be a 2012 with significant change. Live that way every day. Go after your dream. Take your gift that you were given inside that nobody else has and put it out there in the world to be a light. Live as though everything's going to change and you must get the most out of life. Love people in your life. Love strangers. Be kind, even if it's a smile or a beautiful thought you send out. But live in a way that is honorable, full of integrity and heart, and that you can be proud of. And hey, if there's no 2012, look at the kind of person you'll become. And if there is, look how ready you'll be. This is Dare to Dream. Thank you for tuning in. We love having you make those dreams come true.